Okay. Doing my sky. Wedding. I'm coming down on my mountains. This is cobalt. And there's some clouds, so leave some white. There. There we go. Okay. If you want to be fancy and put in the poles, you can. You do that by, maybe I'll put in a couple for you, just so you know. Put one in here. And maybe here. And maybe down here. Okay. Just line it up. And I put the flag in here. How's that? It's a flagpole. This will be another little, there is a flagpole. And then off of this building is actually, that's all the flags. So we do want to put those. I'm not sure why. The Canadian flag is quite visible. And then we have our flag. And then we have the Alaskan flag. Okay. All right. And then that should be the same as your street, I think. But we're putting a tree there, so it doesn't matter. Happy little tree. So we're just gonna erase this line. We don't need it anymore. That is true. Get your lines erased before you. I know we do want some taller, because that's what happened in my first drawing, in all honesty, is that there was too much of a discrepancy. Okay. All right. I'm putting this here. I just have to kind of ground myself here, now that doesn't make sense because there's a store. I mean, you have to put this store here because I have the tree growing in the, there. All right, block you in. Okay, so the tree doesn't get to stay there. A big spruce on the, okay, we'll start over here. And we're just gonna get your flat, get a good, and this one is, there we go. I'm just pulling this down. One stroke. Okay. And this will be pulled down. Okay. And then this can come down here so we know that it's a little cantilevered. And then there's our I'm doing this rough on purpose because it's wood. Okay. All right. The next one is pink, so kind of a salmon-y color. And you want to, I'm painting around my flags. And I think y'all said the scarlet was the best thing to get a pink out of. I think that's what y'all said last week. And then we're going to use the darker over here because it's the side of the building, right? You're going to pull it down one stroke. And there we go. All right. They're all different colors, so it is fun. And this one's kind of a cerulean. And he's taller. Actually, I don't want to make him that color because so you get a medium yellow tone because the flag is the Alaskan flag is a dark blue. Just bringing it down. So you're just going to paint each of your houses however, you can do whatever color you want. And I'm going to make this door a little short. No, I can't because I already put my people there. So they have very tall doors. And then now we can do the blue, the cerulean blue. And I am leaving kind of where I want my doors and my windows just as a marker. You wouldn't really have to because you're going to make those dark. And then we can have a nice little green. I'm leaving a space for my flagpole. And my person. And here, I'm going to get a smaller brush so I can paint around them. This is dry brush, by the way. Now I do I have seen people that do cityscapes a lot, and they they kind of do this really wet. Um, but you know, that's when I think that's what you do when you're really used to painting something. That's what I do though. I mean, when I'm really used to painting something, then I will. And I'm going to mix a little bit of brown in that green, or get a blue green, because I want it to be, this is the side. And yes, I know it's going in there a little bit. That's okay. Here we are. Okay, and then we'll do this, outline the sign. Yep, ba, 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 ba. Okay. And maybe we want a nice little pale orange here. And another blue. Okay. All right. There's that. Clean this up. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing. And I'll come back and do the people. So, flat brush. Okay. That's going to be really, look, I'll put a, I'll clean it up. Okay. All right. Now we have this little sucker, a dark brown. And it's kind of a little cabin looking thing. So you can put some texture. Dry brush. There. Goody enough. And then, interesting enough, this side, which is helpful while you're painting, is just come straight up and down, so you can get your flat and just up and down. And then I want to make sure that this is a square, you know, that you show that, right? I do like that there's, I do like that there's a tree there, but we're gonna, my idea did not work. Pooh. Okay. All right, and here's where this goes down. Here's the posts. These posts. And they're, you know, they're logs. So, okay, so I'm going to change my brush. And this is like a burnt umber. This is burnt sienna. And I'm going to draw this in here because I want the shape to be right. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to just clear water. Just make sure you have the big delineation. And then this, there's people under there, but this is going to be really dark under here because it's, you know, so almost a black. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, there we are. I mixed a little blue with my burnt umber. And this is why it's good to have your painting on a slant. Here's my person. Okay. So we're going to keep going on. These are equally as colorful. kind of a false front, right? A little decoration. Maybe not. Just paint it in. And a little. Okay. And I'm going to okay. And okay. Moving right along, and then we have we'll put a little pink right here. This is a little store right in here. And we want to save the white of our tourist van. We can come back and put some black for the windows. And then we have this little, this one is yellow. So that's a little strong. So I'm going to just get some water. Okay. And then this one is we have another blue. And yeah. And another just real indiscriminate little thing down here. All right. Don't like that those two are the same. So put that one. Okay. Okay. So we're going to let those dry. We're going to do our hills, our mountains, and this was taller. Make him taller. It's probably not a great idea, just so you know. Okay. All right. That turned out too bad. Okay, so this, we have the mountains. I'm going to put trees back there. This is what I thought was fun. Is this one right here. You can get a good edge like that and just pull down, and you get that effect. And pull up, because they're really, you know, some pretty fierce looking mountains. And they go up right in here. But you know, they're mountains. You don't need to be careful. Okay. And then we have, these are mountains. They're the foothills probably because they're green. And it is okay, and you would want them to be kind of fuzzy, you know. And I'm going to bring them up here. We can bring our sky down. I'll bring some, this is actually a mountain back here. So we'll get that. And just keep getting your green. This one goes, this one's behind, so this one goes above it. And be careful. I think on the other one I did my mountains first. But so for your texture, because there's there's trees back there, you can see them. Just pop your brush. Just have fun. No need to be careful. Okay. And follow the shape of your mountains. And twist your brush. Don't just, like this is a little square here, so we'll just, there we go. And mix your greens if you have different greens. And the greens get lighter up here, so they give you some variation. There's trees here, so you also want that to be think about that. Okay. And I'm going to make this watery back in here because I'm going to bring this down a little bit. But I really want my trees to pop down here. And there's some, I can put some blue. Be careful. Okay. I'll let that dry. And then, and I like that that was more olivey. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put my people in. And then we'll put in our street. So, you know, your people, like he's going to be dark. This one's going to be darker. Or we can put some, like a light hoodie on him. And that way, but they're under the awning. That's what I was thinking. It might be a little bit, you know. Okay. I actually like that. So, in this, we're going to fix this because this got a little out of hand. Okay. And then for your van, actually, I think my van needs to be a little taller. It's white. I'm just going to outline it. And make sure that your tires hit the ground. There. And then we have the Jeep. We can make the Jeep black because, you know. Okay. All right. And we have the curb. I'm going to put a pole or something there because it needs something. And we're going to put that here. All right. And then here, really I should make this come in. That look weird. I think that's that's okay. Yeah, all right. Okay, I just didn't want to. Okay. I'm using indigo blue, but y'all can use neutral tint. I think for Payne's Gray. If they have a neutral tint, use neutral tint. If they don't, then, don't. Use Payne's Gray. All right. And then, we want to, over here, we want to, and I just put a smidge, and then I'm going to do this business and let it flow. And then I'll put my people. There's an alley. And that would get really pretty dark. Okay. All right. And then, doesn't have it, but it would be nice to put some dividers, just to I am going to use black for this because I want to mixed it in with some blue. Okay. And the other thing I want to do, I don't want this to get too dark because I want to make these shadows that are so fun right here. Okay. So this is a big shadow. They would have a shadow. Have a shadow coming over here. And what that does is it connects your street. You could put, oh, I know you're going to be so shocked. So some of this stuff you could put a little purple. Maybe not back there. It's too much. Put in your trees for sure. But under your cars. Maybe up here, this building. Oh, something. you want it to be, they got to go in. And then just right in here, just put a little, go around some of your windows, not all of them. Definitely I need to fix this one because he is in the front. And this is actually a little bit different brown in here. And then your window would be dark. And these would be dark. Because they're your doors. Right. It's going to be a sign. And that's kind of what you're going to do. Just kind of fill in. All right. I'm getting messy. There. Okay. And now we're going to put our people in. And then I'll fix that. And then we'll put some trees in. Okay. So we want her to stand out. She's going to have some pink on. These are very dark pink. You can put her in whatever you want her to be in. And I am going to let him be in a white shirt. So just going to outline. He's going to have dark hair. Okay. Obviously it's okay. Let's do this here.